I sold my first painting in 1957. 1957. It's been a long time. That is what I consider the beginning of my professional career as an artist. Why? Because I sold a piece then. Okay? Now, many years have passed. 60 years have passed. Okay? I never stopped producing.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Many different changes. We went through the situation where I can remember at a time when we could not even go to the Museum of Fine Arts. We had one day a week that we were allowed to go there. If you went at any other time, you couldn't even get in. I remember when Dr. Biggers had a show at the Museum of Fine Arts, and he had to go through the back door. They wouldn't even let him in. They didn't know he was an artist. See what I'm saying? That's how different we go. I remember when the galleries would not even allow a black artist to walk into an exhibition and look. Not only could you not show your work, you couldn't even go in there and look at other people's work. Right here in Houston, Texas. You see what I'm saying? So things changed. So we had to go through different concepts, different techniques for trying to reach our audience.
So then how were you able to adapt? How were you able to navigate that?
We had to find other ways to do that.
How'd you do that?
Yeah. Just like what we're doing right now.
Okay.
You had to do your neighborhood.
Right.
You had to work in your neighborhood.
So what you were telling me before about having studios in various places throughout
that was a part of a neighborhood presence. Okay. Now, a capsulized phrase to transfer the meaning of that whole process is the power of presence. There's an inherent power in presence that is often pointed up by conspicuous absence. Conspicuous absence demonstrates the power of presence. So what we had going for us as so-called minority, black, African-American artists was the power of presence in the neighborhoods, because at first it was forced upon us through segregation. See what I'm saying? Then as opportunities became more available, that power diminished. See? And that presence became evident in other places. See what I'm saying? It's just because I went through it that I realized that there is another aspect of that power that is being denied the people in general, the audience at large, because that presence is being removed from these neighborhoods.
So then being assimilated, but being mixed in with others took away the power of us being together in this one space? Is that what you...
Yeah, forced integration diluted the power. Malcolm X said it best. He said, you take a cup of coffee, you put some milk in it. After a while, you keep putting milk in it, you can't even tell that it's coffee no more. Say, what is this? It don't taste like coffee, it don't look like coffee.
Do you think your work changed from there to then?
Oh yeah, work changes every day.
Because of that, or just because of you growing and maturing as like this artist and person?
Work changes unless you get stagnant. See what I'm saying? So you get caught into something that you really like, then you stay with that. See what I'm saying? But the nature of creativity is change. So creativity, what does it mean? It could be all of those things, but when you when you say creativity, you're talking about the ability to do something that goes beyond the scope of knowledge and experience. You do something that you've never done before. You see, when Michael Jordan goes up and somebody says, "Oh, they finna block that shot," and he turned around and shoot it behind his head with his other hand, he just floated past the basket and shot that layup. He said that was very creative. Why? Because you never saw nobody ever do that before. Huh? When Dr. J went around the basket and come up on the other side. You remember that? That's the shot. I'm just saying that because that's the shot everybody remembers. If you're a basketball player, he went under the basket, behind the backboard, come up on the other side with the other hand, and made 2 valuable points for his team. That's an example of creativity. Why? Because when he left the floor, he didn't know what the hell he was going to do. He just jumped up off the floor with the ball in his hand. He didn't know what he was going to do. But then he did it just like an expert. That's creativity.
Making it up as you go.
Yeah, kind of making it up as you go. But I'd rather say it like this. Being tuned into the ultimate power of creativity. That's the Almighty. Everything that we know as human beings has to come from somewhere. You get to a point where you say this comes from that, this comes from that. You have cause and effect all the way down the line. You get to one point, you say, I don't know what caused this. That's the Creator. That's the realm of the Creator. That step beyond all reason and knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So as an artist, you sit down there with a piece of blank paper, and then pretty soon you're going beyond reason and knowledge, and you're doing stuff that looks like you had to know what you were doing. But you know damn well you didn't know what you were doing. Now don't you? You said, damn, I was good then, wasn't I? Lucky as I can be.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand that.
That's what creativity is. You see what I'm saying? You jump in and you're confronted with a problem that you don't know how to solve, and all of a sudden the solution to that problem appears. You see what I'm saying? So boom, there it is. Something from apparently nothing. And then if we have people who have the presence of mind and the forethought to actually become collectors, they actually become the most important people in our career, because they are the permanent curators of these works. And the people in the future will look at it and they'll go, ooh, Robin Pruitt, you got a whole stack of his drawings.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They know you because somebody decided to stack them drawings up, put them in a frame, hang them up or something.
Right.
They decided to keep them, and they can't just keep them just willy-nilly. They are making a dedicated effort. Yes, to curate those things. And the curator becomes a very important person in the career of the artist. You see what I'm saying? So as a group, collectively, what we are missing are those collectors who are conscientious enough to collect the work. We have a group of collectors now who are big money people who have realized through their elevation of their economic status and social status and all of that, that there's a value to collectorship. So they go out like Bill Cosby and say, I want everything Charles White ever did. Why? Because he's recognized as the greatest. See? So the guy say, if he's the greatest, I want to take my big money and go out here and buy everything that he got, if I can find it. But I guarantee you, I got a little boy over there at the row house that's 9 years old. And he is bad as he can be. He's one of the greatest draftsmen in the history of the world.
What's his name?
Right now.
I want to find
him. His name is Eugene.
Okay.
His name is Eugene. You know Michaela?
Mm-hmm.
Her son. Ask him to show you some of his drawings.
I will.
You'll be saying, ooh, I'm gonna do some of these. I can do this. Eugene is one of the most unique artists you'll ever find. He has managed to do what Twombly tried to do.
Okay.
I would guarantee you, when you look at his work, you'll say, ooh man, he is a genius.
Okay.
That's our nickname for him. Eugenius. Eugenius. You see what I'm saying? I'm serious, man.
I got a question for you.
He's that good. What's your question?
In the end, do you think it matters how these works are curated, or who is collected or curated with who, or who owns this collection?
It will become.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It will become an essential part of that body of work.
Right. Like, how will the story be told in the end? This person is like.
But you never know that until the end.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because that
So
person that
is it
starts
important to
collecting.
kind of focus that?
Oh, I'm not going to try to determine on who it's going to be. You see, that's up to the collector themselves. You see what I'm saying? But number one, you're trying to sell work, the collector pays the premium. So if they pay the premium, they've already paid the price to be the person. Now, how they do that, that's different. If I see a collector that I don't think understands the value of what they're doing, then that's up to me to try to help them enhance what they are doing, because what they are doing is helping me. You see what I'm saying? That's why, as an artist, what I want to do is to put work in the hands of prospective collectors, so they will be able to understand how to collect, just like I have developed the ability to understand how to produce. You see what I'm saying? So you don't come in the world and say, well, I'm a great artist, and start painting at 2 years old. You might start, but you start developing. And every time you do something, you get better and better and better and better, and you add to what you do, and you add to what you do.
Right.
Same with the collector. If I got a collector that comes in there and they say, oh, I want to collect these little sketches. I say, okay, you can collect the sketches. And then I'm going to give them the best sketches I got, the ones that they think is going to fit into their collection. They don't know how to frame them. I'm going to try to introduce them to a framer. I'm going to try to frame them myself. I'm going to help them get them framed so that they can keep them properly. If they want to display them somewhere, and you know, like with some of these events and stuff like that, not for sale, just for display, I'm going to try to help them do that. Anything to enhance their collectorship. You see what I'm saying?
But even still, like, amassing this group of works that kind of narrates or kind of tells a story in a certain way. You know, you can skew history, you can kind of skew a perspective.
Think about Basquiat.
Yeah.
Like Basquiat's work obviously has been collected. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But the story that's been told about Basquiat is sometimes, I think, detrimental to what his work actually was.
Yeah.
It's detrimental to other artists of color. It's detrimental. You know, they present him, you know, sometimes like this
more
naive.
exemplary of the nature of the collectors that have the work.
Right.
They tell a story that is added to it.
But
So
and so,
then-
oh, I'm sorry.
No.
So earlier you said, okay, if I see a collector that doesn't understand the work, I try to help them.
Right.
But what if that collector is part of a system that is intentionally skewing the work in the wrong direction? They're not going to want to listen to you.
Yeah, then I try to go to another collector. If the collector is working at cross purposes from me,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? Then I try to do something else.
Okay.
I'm not going to just let them take all my work and do whatever they want to do with it because they got money.
Right.
See what I'm saying? There are some things that they won't ever even see.
Artists.
See what I'm saying?
Make and create and kind of understand and be, you know, sensitive and intuitive and kind of create these objects or these paintings or pieces or whatever. So how do you think there's a disconnect between us and the collector? Like, how come the collector doesn't, do you know what I mean? Like, how come they don't kind of hone their craft or understand
Some do,
the same way that,
and some
that
don't.
we do?
Some do and some
I
don't.
just think it's just
But
the person.
if a person has not been exposed to or made aware of what your feelings are,
Right.
how you're thinking about it, and you have that in your mind, and you didn't tell them, whose fault is that?
Yours. It would be the artist.
See, that's what I'm saying. As an artist, what I'm trying to do, this is what you got to be preaching to the people, is to develop conscientious collectors, people who are committed to collecting and who understand why collecting is important in the long run. You see what I'm saying? We as artists have the responsibility to try to seek out those people who have those sensibilities, who will work for the future generations. Because they're not working for us, they're working for future generations. You see what I'm saying? But what we have to do is to work with them, to try to give them the understandings that we have so that they do not misconstrue our motives. You see what I'm saying? If I allow the collector to misconstrue my motive, then that's my fault. Because look, a historian will come in and assign some motivation to you. They'll tell everybody exactly what you were thinking. They never talk to you one time. Huh?
Yeah.
They can do it every day.
It's true.
And it sounds so good, it'll make you believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I had thought of that at first.
Right.
Sounds good to me.
So that was the reason why I did that, right?
Yeah. Well, it is from now on.
Right.
You know,
Right.
as far as I'm concerned, unless you got me on tape somewhere saying it ain't so.